Yon, mga Mapits, new day, new vlog. Welcome po sa aking vlog. At para dun sa mga new subscribers, please do, kung napadaan ako sa inyong channel, subscribe po at yung notification bell para to help my channel grow. Okay, para dun sa aking mga subscriber, may good news ako, lalo na dun sa mga gun enthusiasts. Okay, so may update tayo regarding sa PTC tsaka sa threat assessment. Okay, followers ako ni Guns Pinoy, so napanood ko dun sa YouTube vlog niya, updating regarding this matter. So kung kayo, gun enthusiast, kagaya ko, meron tayo dito, pero ito wala akong load yan. Safe, nandito ako sa kwarto ko ngayon. So magandang balita. Kasi tapos na yung reading, nakapasa na. So iniintay na natin yung BBM para dito sa mandate ng amendment para dito sa PTC and sa threat assessment. Ang maganda rin sa PTC, normally kasi pagka gun owner ka, meron kang LTAP, of course, you need LTAP. Kailangan mo ng PTC kung ano yung hand carry gun mo at lalo yung gagamitin mo sa firing, kailangan naka-registered yun. Meron yung PTC on each. Kumari, may tatlong barrel ka, tatlong gusto mong iputok, tatlong PTC yun. But now, since na-amend na, so kailangan na lang ng sign ni PBBM. So dun sa mga type 1 license na pwede na kayong mag-carry ng tatlong barrel at isa lang ang PTC nyo. So pero hindi pa ito sa batas, so hihintay pa natin tayo. So ito yung information regarding kay Guns Pinoy, which is avid fans ako ni Guns Pinoy sa mga ganyan klaseng information, sa mga bagong barrel at sa mga tips para dun sa mga gun owners. So panoorin natin to, let's watch it kasi malaking may tutulong sa inyo to, at lalo na sa mga newbie, para dun sa mga guns owner. Aba, ano pa hinihintay natin? Let's watch this.
Yung removal ng threat assessment na yan, hiniling yan ng maraming tao from the technical working group. So maraming salamat sa kanilang lahat for pushing this. Now, with regards to that, hindi tayo napagbigyan dun sa total removal ng threat assessment.
Ano ba yung nakasulat doon sa amendment? Sinabi ba
so
na pwede talaga yung IWB?
Gun ban pala natin, guys, now reduced from 180 days to 45 days. Panalong-panalo tayo doon. So sa
mga kaibigan, ako po si Guns Pinoy. Recently lang pinasa ng House of Representatives on third at final reading ang amendments sa RA 10591, ang Batas sa Firearms and Ammunition sa ating bansa. Ang amendments na ito could mean changes ahead at madami dito ay mga long-awaited na ng mga responsible gun owners. Kasama natin ngayon si Charles of Philippine Ricochet Line, a fellow gun advocate at isa sa mga naging boses ng ating gun community para sa amendment na ito. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Guns Pinoy. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Charles, today, discuss lang natin super quick yung ilang mga highlights ng amendment. Kunan na rin kita ng reactions and answers dun sa ilang mga comments and questions na nakita natin at nakuha natin mula sa mga netizens. First off, kamusta? Ano yung feeling mo ngayon na naipasa na sa HOR yung amendment sa RA 10591?
Okay, well, first off, I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful. Matagal na nating hinihintay ito for many years now. In fact, even before pa RA 10591, marami na tayong hinihingi mga perks dito. But I would also like to thank you, Guns Pinoy, for being a part of this great push. Napakalaki ng naitulong mo. I remember yung mga araw na pumunta tayo sa sa Senate.
Yeah.
Nag-hearing. So napakalaking tulong talaga ng presence at feedback mo doon. I think it really helped push for better gun laws. With regards to your question, I really feel that it's long overdue. That's for one. Maraming mga gun owners talaga ang matagal lang hinihintay ito. And I feel that this latest accomplishment by the entire gun community, I don't want to take credit for it, ay malaki ang maitutulong sa ikagaganda ng not just yung experience ng mga firearms owners, but the firearms economy as a whole dito sa Philippines and the market itself. Maraming magaganda na mangyayari dito. Hintayin nyo lang. It's gonna take a while, but we will get there as
Ayan.
the law takes effect and propagates yung knowledge nung kung ano yung mga bagong gun privileges once na mag-propagate yon, and it will take a while to propagate. It'll really be great.
So para sa mga hindi nakakaalam or hindi pa masyado familiar, ano ba yung amendment na ito? Bakit ba to big deal sa atin? Bakit ba pinag-uusapan? And ano ba yung mga highlights nito para sa'yo?
Oh, sige, I could take 4 hours to
Oo nga.
just talk about this. Pero sige, so first off, nagpapasalamat talaga ako ng husto sa technical working group ng ng Senate Bill 2895 na naging HOR bill na pumasa lang nung recently. But anyway, sige, let's talk about the highlights. So first off, maraming magbabago na so number one, yung ammunition, legal ammunition storage natin, capacity from 50 legal rounds magiging 500 na yung limit for regular shooters. For sports
Okay.
shooters, per registered firearm yun I think it's now 5,000. That's a lot of rounds. So doon pa lang, sa mga dyan, shoutout dyan sa mga zombie apocalypse prepper natin, ng mga kasama. Okay, so yan tayo. Number 1 yon. Other than that, marami pa, magkakaroon na tayo ng concealed carry in any method. So anong ibig sabihin nun? So kung dati limited lang tayo sa bag carry, okay? Tapos yung iba, pinipigilan pa yung waist bag carry. Gusto nila talaga bag na nakasling lang sa katawan mo. Lahat ngayon ng carry methods, as long as concealed siya, pwede na. So inside the waistband carry, pwede na. So hindi na tayo limited dun sa bag. Tapos yun nga, mga threat assessment, hindi natin natanggal yung threat assessment. We tried very hard to remove that, but thanks to certain inputs ng mga kasama natin sa technical working group, and I would credit Pistolerong Pinoy for this, nadagdag na sa threat assessment exemption yung allied medical. So kung nurse ka, exempted ka na sa threat assessment, doktor ka, dentist ka, medtech ka, radiological technician ka, exempted na sila sa threat assessment. So madali na silang makakakuha ng PTC FOR. So shout out tayo dyan sa mga doktor natin at Allied Medical. I'm so happy for you. AFP Reservists, exempted na rin sa threat assessment. Very sweet. Alam ko marami sa kanila nag-request na ma-exempt dyan, and Senator Mig Zubiri has included that. All thanks to him. Maraming salamat din kay Senator Bato for pushing this. By the way, yung yung PTC FOR, guys, much more meaty and meaningful now. So what we can expect to see here is that kung PTC FOR holder ka, pwede ka nang mamili ng isang firearm to carry any given time. So mamili ka ng isa sa mga firearms mo. As long as it's a small arm, meaning semi-auto, pistol, rifle, PCC, pwede lahat yon. Or at least yun yung nasa law. I don't know if the PNP will say no to that pagdating sa IRR, but we will get to that later. Pwede ka nang magdala ng kahit alin dyan. Mamili ka na. Hindi gaya ngayon na kung ano yung pinapiti si FOR mo, yun lang yung pwede mong dalhin.
Yes.
So that's for regular shooters. Pag sport shooter ka, you can conceal carry 3 at any given time. So lahat guys, lahat ng mga party tools natin, tatlo na yung pwede mong dalhin at any given time. So there's a lot more to that, pero yeah, limited time tayo, so yan lang yung masasabi ko sa mga highlight. You will see a lot more of it pag na-implement na siya.
Yes. Shortest siguro para ma-discuss na rin natin yung iba, direct to the point. Sagutin na lang siguro natin or hingin ko yung reaction mo about ilang comments ng mga sumusubaybay. Mostly PTC FOR kasi yung nakikita kong concerns nila. May nagtanong, baka naman yung IWB, so inside the waistband. Ano ba yung nakasulat doon sa amendment? Sinabi ba
so
na pwede talaga yung IWB?
Hindi nila sinabing pwede yung IWB because you don't really want to limit yourself to just that kind of language in the law. Sinabi doon, any. Okay? Any. Guys, wag lang tayo siguro mag-Mexican carry, na nakaipit lang sa garter ng shorts mo yung pistol. Pero pag sinabi natin kasing any, pwede ka nang mamili kung anong concealed carry yung pwede mong gawin. Hindi lang inside the waistband. Basta tago, guys, ha? So, pwede na sa batas, or at least kung titingnan lang natin yung language ng law, barring yung entry ng IRR, which is, by the way guys, one highlight ng law, and we can thank Ed Bariwan for this. Pag gagawin na ng PNP yung IRR, pwede na tayong sumama at magbigay ng input at feedback sa IRR. They can't just unilaterally make the IRR anymore. Di gaya nung dati. So kung may mga gusto kayo guys, punta kayo dun sa meeting ng IRR. Tapos mag-suggest kayo kung ano yung gusto nyo. As long as we all agree, we're probably gonna get it. So anyway, back to your question. Yun nga,
Ayan.
marami kang concealed carry ways. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng Pilipino gusto lang IWB eh. So, available na lahat yon, or at least that's what the law says. Nasa batas yun guys, nasa magiging change sa constitution yun, provided na pirmahan to ni PBBM. Take note, hindi pa to batas, kailangan pa niyang pirmahan to. Or kung hindi niya pinirmahan, mag-lapse into law. Otherwise, i-veto niya yon. So, lahat yon available na guys. Pwede pa rin kayo mag-bag carry kung gusto nyo by the way. Hindi kayo pinipilit na mag-IWB carry. You can still bag carry if that's how you like it. But at least, marami ng options na available depending on your body build. Choose the best answer na for you.
Ayan. Go to next one, Charles, about fees naman, no? Not really a big win yung tungkol dun sa amendment.
Okay.
Kung ang fees ay napakataas, kawawa ang mga ordinaryong tao, ginagawa lang gatasan yung mga gustong magkabaril na wala namang hangad kundi yung kanilang safety. Aminin man nila o hindi, para lang sa may pera yung baril. Anong reaction mo dito?
I will be honest with you, Guns Pinoy. There is truth in those words. Actually, we are working very hard para mapamura natin ang firearms ownership here in the Philippines. That's actually the reason kung bakit malaking panalo yung 1 PTC FOR for the person, pumili ka na ng baril mo. Imaginein mo kung dati per baril yung PTC FOR mo. And let's say tatlo yung tatlo yung baril na gusto mong i-PTC FOR. Lahat yun, kada bayad. Ang mahal nun. Pero ngayon, under the new, hopefully soon to be law, I hope na napamura natin yung yung PTC FOR. And one highlight of the new upcoming law is meron ka ng option sa PTC FOR mo from 2 years to 5 years.
Okay.
Okay, pwede ka nang mamili ng duration ng PTC FOR mo. Gusto mo ba ng 2 years lang dahil budget ka? Or 5 years dahil gusto mo minsan ng lakaran na for a long time? Pag pinili mo yung 5 years, yes, I expect na magmamahal yan. Yung presyo ng 2 years, hindi magmamahal yon. Kung ano siya ngayon after nung implementation ng Republic Act 11766. And we can thank people like Senator Bato de la Rosa and Senator Tito Soto again for that previous improvement sa RA 10591. Kung ano yung presyo ng 2 years ngayon, yan na yan. Pero yung 5 years, I expect na anuhin nila yan. Ang gagawin ng PNP dyan probably, i-divide nila yung presyo ng 2 years into 2, tapos i-multiply nila yun by 5. Yun yung magiging presyo ng PTC FOR. Yes guys, magiging mahal siya. Personally, I don't know if I will be able to afford the 5-year version, pero ang advantage kasi nun guys, makakamura ka in terms na, in a sense na, hindi mo na uulitin yung requirements. Kasi 5 years na eh. In a way, I'm gonna slightly disagree with the statement na nagmahal siya. Actually, mapapamura ka kung kukunin mo yung 5 years, tapos magkikerry ka ng marami. If you do the math, malaki yung matitipid mo sa time tsaka yung requirement na lalakarin mo yon. So, nag-improve siya in a way na napababa natin yung total cost of ownership niya if you do the math. Pero, yun nga, I agree, mahal pa rin talaga siya. We're gonna have to work with the PNP on that one, guys. So punta kayo sa IRR and please do everything that you can to ask them to lower the fees kasi mahal nga talaga siya. I think makikinig naman sila sa atin if enough of us ask eh.
Going back bro sa PTC,
Sure.
may nag-comment, dapat ang PTC regional na para wala nang bigayan pag non-appearance. So I think meaning yung sa mga malalayo. Kasi currently, di ba, ang permit to carry is dito ina-apply sa Metro Manila, sa Quezon City. So, yun, sinasabi niya na dapat daw regional na. Meron ba tayong something with regards to that doon sa amendment?
I think doon sa amendment, pwede ka nang kumuha ng PTC FOR sa RCSU. Now, I would like to wait for the PNP to implement that first and try it out. Kasi malaking sakit sa ulo dati yung ang layo-layo mo, mag-travel ka to Metro Manila para lang kumuha ng PTC FOR mo. Tapos sabay may gun ban pa, so nakaltasan ng oras yung yung PTC FOR mo. Speaking of which, gun ban pala natin guys, now reduced from 180 days to 45 days. Panalong-panalo tayo doon. So sa mga dyan, shout out dyan sa mga may-ari ng firing range, sa mga gun stores, sa mga gun manufacturers, gunsmiths, hindi na kayo kayo mawawalan ng trabaho pag meron tayong COMELEC gun ban. Although, magpapahinga pa rin kayo ng 45 days. But at least it won't
A
feel
lot
like
smarter.
unemployment, di ba? Oo. So, I hope that the PNP implements this part really well. Alam mo, Guns Pinoy, marami talaga tayong kailangan i-propagate na feature sa ibang location. For example, bibigyan pa kita ng example. Pag nag-apply ka ng Class A light weapon, 3 yung PNP officials na kailangan pumirma doon. Right now, malalakad mo lang yun sa Krame, sa Camp Krame, kasi nandun silang 3. Imagine mo kung nasa Mindanao ka at gusto mo ng semi-auto rifle at papapirmahan mo yun, di ba? Sakit sa ulo. So, dapat yung mga ganon, i-ano na nila, i-migrate na nila sa RCSU para sila na yung pumirma. So, yun. So, I hope, guys, na mag-enjoy kayo doon kasi laking tulong nung maayano sa RCSU. Kasi lahat tayo nagsisiksikan dito sa Metro Manila
Oo.
para para kumuha ng ng PTCFR. That's just such a hassle. Maano na yun, guys. Ma-address na yun. So, salamat nga sa efforts ng allied gun community, lahat. I hope na ma-enjoy nyo yun, guys, Again, I'm not saying that this is how it's gonna be. We have to wait for the PNP to implement the whole thing. Kasi alam mo naman ang PNP, guys, minsan pag nag-i-implement na sila, so, tinan na lang natin. Pero ideally, yun yung plano. I hope it succeeds.
So, ito may isa pang nag-comment about PTC pa rin. Dapat tinanggal na rin yung threat assessment sa requirements to get PTC-4 para sa mga individual LTOP holders. Dahil lahat ng tao, paglabas mo ng bahay, ay may threat na sa masasamang loob na walang pinipiling lugar o tao ang bibiktimahin. Ano masasabi mo doon?
Okay, so we're gonna have to go back to the 2 versions of the bill to give an accurate answer on this one. As we know, guys, sa Senate, napasa natin ngayon sa for signing of the president na yung Senate version. Yung removal ng threat assessment na yan, hiniling yan ng maraming tao from the technical working group. So maraming salamat sa kanilang lahat for pushing this. Now, with regards to that, hindi tayo napagbigyan dun sa total removal ng threat assessment. Okay? That said, we did get something out of it. AFP reservists, permanently exempted na kayo sa threat assessment. So good on you. Allied Medical, lahat kayo exempted na sa threat assessment. Good on you. For the rest of us na hindi pa nag-fit in doon sa mga criteria na yon, well, guys, hindi tayo napagbigyan. I apologize if we didn't do so great there doon sa permanent removal ng entire threat assessment. Pero I tell you, guys, hindi ako susuko and I will try to have it removed next time, okay? Yung removal ng threat assessment because I agree na lahat tayo ay under threat. In fact, kung nasunod sana yung version, Guns Pinoy, nung House of Representatives, natanggal na yung threat assessment. But as you know, kinulang na tayo ng oras kasi nag-ahabol na tayo sa dulo ng 19th Congress. Sabi mo nga, buzzer beater tayo, ng 19th Congress, guys. Grabe, 30 hours na lang yung deadline nung naipasa or na-approve ng both houses, yung Senate Bill 2895 at yung HRR equivalent niya. So yes, it's a bittersweet victory. We didn't get the threat assessment removed, but at least we have 2 more exemptions to show for it. And I think na libo-libong Pilipino ang makikinabang doon. Shout out dyan sa dentist ko na mahilig mag-carry. So yeah, malaya ka na sa threat assessment. So yun. So I hope, guys, pasensya na, guys, ha. But as you know, with these laws, pag pumupunta tayo, hindi natin nakukuha lahat ng gusto natin. But if we work good enough, we will get a lot of what we want.
All right. Siguro last 2 comments natin ito about LTOP transfer naman. Okay, so may kulang pa din ito. Ang gun owners na ayaw na magbaril at expired ang LTOP at gusto na ibenta ang unit. Dapat pwede.
Ang tanong, anong unit ba yan?
Okay.
Yun yung number 1 na question. First off, pag small arm yan, we can thank Senator Pia Cayetano because she added language in the bill that will make it easier to transfer firearms. Lalo na sa mga family relatives pag namatay na yung original na owner, which we know happens a lot kasi syempre ang tao tumatanda rin. And they pass away. So, mapapadali na yon. We can thank Senator Pia Cayetano for that. For the rest na, if for example, nagta-transfer ka lang from LTOP holder to another LTOP holder, we're gonna have to wait for the IRR for that one.
Okay. Last question. Marami rin nagtatanong, kailan ba talaga ito mapapatupad? Applicable na ba ngayon? May nagsabi pa nga
Good question.
na baka matagal pa to kasi dadaan pa daw sa ganito, sa ganyan. Ano ba talaga yung timeline nito? Asan na ba tayo ngayon?
Okay, correct. So, first off, guys, yung pinakamahirap na proseso ay tapos na. Ang pinakamahirap na proseso, guys, is dapat umabot kasi tayo sa cut-off ng 19 Congress. Yun ay kahapon. Lusot na tayo doon. Okay? So, ang susunod na process ngayon is i-enroll na to for signing ng Malacanang. Tapos, once na naka-enroll na siya, ipipila na siya sa mga bills na pipirmahan ni PBBM. Gaano katagal yon? Another 30 days. Maybe an extra 30 days after that. So, mga 2 months pa bago tayo makarinig ng update dito. Once na umabot to sa desk ni PBBM, tatlo ang pwedeng mangyari dito.
Okay.
He will either sign it, in which case we get one last party sa Malacanang, okay? Before this thing takes effect. Number 2, hindi niya pipirmahan dahil for some reason ayaw niya pirmahan. In which case it lapses into law after 30 days. May mga nagsasabi na pag hindi daw pinirmahan to ni PBBM, it gets pocket vetoed. Walang pocket veto sa Philippines, guys, ha? Walang ganon. If he doesn't sign this, it lapses into law. Okay? After a certain period of time. So, okay tayo doon. Kung hindi niya pinirmahan to, walang party sa Malacanang, walang gun owners party doon, pero magiging batas pa rin naman siya. So, okay pa rin tayo. And then number 3, he vetoes it. He says no to the whole thing for some reason. In which case, back to zero tayo. Very unfortunate pag nangyari yon. Pero, yun nga, one of those 3 will happen. Timeline natin, 60 days minimum, and then ayan na tayo. Once na maging batas yun, guys, tandaan nyo ha, gagawan pa to ng IRR ng PNP. So that, baka tumagal pa tayo. And yes, I did request for the IRR to be removed permanently. Hindi nila tayo napagbigyan doon. But at least, may say na tayo doon. It will still be a while, guys ha. Kaya wag muna kayong tumakbo sa labas at magdala ng 3 concealed carry firearms ha. Alam kong Independence Day natin ngayon and it's a very special Independence Day. Pero hinay-hinay lang, guys ha. Be patient. Konting tiis na lang. With any luck, we will enjoy it very soon.
So thank you, Charles. Meron ka bang ilang few messages sa ating viewers at baka meron ka din gustong pasalamatan at i-shout out?
Yeah, so first off, maraming salamat sa lahat ng Filipino gun owners at lahat ng mga sumuporta sa bill na to. I would like to thank you, the entire technical working group. None of this would be possible without you. Pasalamat din tayo sa mga mahal na senador natin na tumulong talaga at nag-author nito. Kaya na Senator Bato de la Rosa, Cheese Escudero, Mig Zubiri, really awesome guys. At lahat dun sa mga tumulong na nagdagdag din, sina Pia Cayetano. Kahit yung mga yung mga senators na akala ko anti-gun, like sina Senator Risa Ontiveros, tumulong sila. Galing. It was amazing. Perfect score tayo sa Senate. So thank you. And their staff. Napakalaki ng trinabaho ng staff nila para dito, guys. Maraming salamat sa inyo. You know who you are. Salamat din sa mga partners natin. For example, gaya ni Doc Lawrence, Pistolerong Pinoy, Jason Antique. So, lahat from Jose Rizal Adventures, maraming salamat. Hindi natin nagawa to without your help. Most people are crediting, one person or the other. For me, I'm just a guy. I'm just a messenger. I'm not really taking credit for any of this. Basta maraming salamat talaga sa inyo. So yun. Salamat sa Senador. Salamat sa House of Representatives team and their staff. Maraming salamat sa inyo for helping out with this one. Sina Congressman Akop. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Kong Akop. Kong Dan Fernandez. Maraming salamat din. Kina Congressman Busita. Yun. Maraming salamat din sa inyo. And everybody else, to all the 190 HOR members na pumirma nito, nag-approve, bumoto in favor of us. Maraming salamat talaga. So yun, and yun syempre, pasalamat din tayo kay Lord kasi nakatulong talaga. Lalo na sa final push, buzzer beater. So yun, maraming salamat sa lahat. And yeah, I couldn't thank you enough for all of them na tumulong dito. Maraming magbabago, guys. And you will feel it.
So yun, thank you so much, Charles, for your time ngayon. Alam ko, medyo busy, medyo puyat ka rin ata. So thank you for your time and I hope makita-kita tayo soon ulit.
Oh yes, absolutely, Guns Pinoy. Maraming salamat sa iyo. And yeah, I'll be very happy to see you soon. And hopefully, by then, active na siya.
Yes.
Napirmahan na ni PBBM and we can all say with a sigh of relief that it's once again time na magreklamo ulit sa mga susunod nating i-request for improvements sa next bill involving the improvement of Philippine gun rights. Maraming salamat, Guns Pinoy, and to your community. It has been a big, big help. Cheers, guys!